The bald guy's arrest? Adan blamed it on old Dan. On Deng's mum's 70th birthday, Adan's henchman Yang Tai showed up with a fire extinguisher to celebrate, causing the crowd to totally lose it and creating a chaotic scene. Adan walked in swinging an axe. It was like a horror movie. People saw him and wanted to do an exorcism. Old Zhang leaped into action, but how could a gentleman gangster fight a desperate dog? Den got choked out pretty quickly. Adan plunged a knife into his heart, and old Zhang bit the dust at his mother's birthday banquet. Talk about bad timing. The higher-ups were sweating bullets, urging Lao Mo to catch Adan ASAP. This guy was wilder than a rabid dog. He was the one that got away from China's crackdown on gangs and had even built a crew of 300. Now he was barging into Rockside Street, planning to build a new crime empire. Adan's ambition was sky high. He had his eyes on the real estate market there, planning to snatch up a commercial building under construction. But looks like he got snagged on old Den. The Dragon Tiger gang leader Zhang Yishuai's involvement halted construction temporarily, prompting investors to offer 10 billion. This made Adan Zhang Yishuai's negotiation rival. Adan brought only Yang Tai, so Shang Wu seized the chance and notified Zhang Yishuai. But when Zhang Yishuai's goons charged in, Adan surprisingly crashed through the glass and jumped straight down. Yang Tai was stabbed in the belly and barely hanging on. Shang Wu saw his chance and jumped into action. But Shang Wu underestimated the bond between Yang Tai and Adan, just as Adan snatched the knife. Yang Tai swiftly grabbed him. Adan stabbed his neck, dismissed Shang Wu, then took Yang Tai to a doctor. In a hurry, Zhang went to find the doctor to urgently stitch up Yang Tai's wound. Once the doctor had left in a rush, Adan's piercing gaze was tightly fixed on Zhang. He quickly spelled the details, saying Yang's situation was dire and Zhang Yishuai's men had targeted Shang Wu. On hearing it, Adan had an epiphany. Clearly, a major showdown loomed. He decided to go all in. He decided to face off against Zhang Yishuai in a win-or-die duel. If he won, head reigned supreme. If he lost, head split. Little did he know, the Chinese police were also stepping. They planned to extradite the bold man and catch Adan. Lao Mo suddenly had an idea. He thought of a way to turn the tables. You just tell me where Zhang Yishuai is, and I can arrange for you to chill in a Korean jail. You won't see those criminals for months. Think it over, this is your last shot. That the bald guy wasn't having any of Lao Mo's charm. But on the way to the dock, the Chinese cops pulled out a bag of white powder. Better be careful. Who knew this client had such a big presence in Korea? What else can I slide on? If you can let it go, I have reliable contacts who can help you expedite things. After some deliberation, the two cops decided to let the bald guy go, but told him to contact them whenever he was ready. Alright, they'll reach out, thought the bald guy. Swapping a bag of powder for a life. Now that felt like a jackpot. Little did he know, Lao Mo tailed him soon after. The bald guy ended up at Adan's hideout, a junkyard. Clearly, Adan was meticulous, eyeing the bald guy who slipped away easily. He was on his guard with heightened alertness. Could this individual possibly be contemplating a second glance? Yang Tai. Absolutely. Pull out that knife right now. This is the heavy hitter I brought along this time, and it must not be underestimated. Adan's eyes lit up. It was a business opportunity. He asked the bald guy to contact and arrange a meeting at a karaoke bar. When Lao Mo caught wind of it, he summoned a battalion of cops to grab the bald guy and shoved him into the bathroom. Turns out, Adan's crew swarmed the place like bees to honey. It was chaos. Adan's goons came in hot and took control of the scene, leaving it in utter disarray. Lao Mo deployed fully, determined to crush Adan's crime ring, thinking, it'll keep this neighborhood safe. But guess what? The last people to enter the private room were totally not Adan. What are you guys up to? These are my crew. Just here for a little showdown. Yo brother, what's good? Oh, scary stuff. My goodness, in the end, Lao Mo bursts in with his crew, causing the situation to spiral out of control. They rounded up the bald guy and his crew, but hilariously, after all that fuss, they only caught the bald guy because Adan was heading to Zhang Yishuai's club with his crew. He didn't trust the bald guy, throwing him into danger. He had to have a good chat with the Zhang Yishuai who was scheming behind his back. Adan was set to return the favor. Seeing his little brothers getting wiped out with no chance to fight back, Zhang Yishuai freaked out and beat a hasty. When Zhang Yishuai hit the street, he crashed into a car, losing a leg. With Adan approaching, he crawled up and kept fleeing. Up ahead was the Jinjun police station, and Zhang Yishuai finally felt a glimmer of security. However, it was precisely at this reassuring moment that he spotted the police rushing towards them. Adan was still gripping Zhang Yishuai like a vice, trying to get him to give up the clubhouse, but Zhang refused to budge. Adan jabbed him with a knife and in a panic, decided it was time to roll out. Things were getting out of control tonight. He hurriedly grabbed his passport, ready to flee the country, but was stopped dead in his tracks by Don Zhang. The rookie who had been singled out by Adan didn't even dare to think about it anymore. Luckily, Lamar arrived just in time to rescue Don Zhang from a perilous and thrilling situation.